All right, let's do this.
Let's see what we doing, man. Quad production.
I shot a DraftKings commercial. We out here getting ready to shoot. Chubb's getting ready.
Ain't gonna lie. Listen. I say this mic me up.
Yeah. We got actor Saj here today. That's how he's dressed. He's dressed very casual, very business casual. We got Mike here. Hey Mike.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
See what he's saying?
You get to.
Recently, my friend Chubbs, if you don't know who Chubbs is, let me enlighten you.
Hold on, lock it in. Oh my God, looking like Rey Mysterio.
Boy, you late.
I ain't late, I'm early to the party.
That's an American.
Jewelry, nothing?
Baby, I ain't your daddy. I'm trying to go on a date with you, spend some time.
I thought that was spending time.
Spending money? Baby, I pulled up in an Audi.
Very funny guy, very funny comedic actor out of Philadelphia. But recently he called me. He said, hey, it's Tuesday night. He said, hey, are you down to shoot a DraftKings commercial? I said, sure. He said, great. We have till Thursday to shoot it. And I was like, but it's Tuesday. He was like, we got to make it happen. So that instant moment, my mind blew with all these ideas, right? Because when you're getting offered to do a commercial for especially a big brand, you want to like impress these people. And your mind could go so many different ways. I had him like coming out the bank, and I don't even want to go down that road. So what I want to say to you guys is when you're getting all these ideas, it's always great to know your star player. Know what you can and cannot achieve. Remember, it's last minute. I'm pretty sure they know that it's last minute. And they know that they're coming to you because they believe in what you can provide for them. So for me, I had to tone it down a little bit after talking to myself, because I'd be like, self, like, yeah, I talk to myself. You know, they say all geniuses talk to themselves.
Stop it. Get some help.
I was like, self, how can we accomplish this the right way? Bingo. Contact my actors that I already know. Use locations that I'm already familiar with. And trust the gear that I already have. Then number one, go to people you've worked with. I wouldn't try to search for new actors when it's last minute. It's not smart to do. You could put yourself in a bad position, especially if you don't know how to communicate with them to get your artistic expression, right? So that's number one. Never go to somebody that you just don't know nothing about, because you don't know. Every actor has their quirks and how they work, and it might not be right for the last minute session. That's just my opinion. Number two, location. Now, location is key. Once again, if it's last minute, you want to find locations. Try to use locations that you're familiar with. That's just my opinion. You know, I searched around different locations, but the problem with locations last minute, you got to do a lot of research. Even the location that we used that I was familiar with, we ran into a problem. We wanted to start around 1 o'clock, let me say that. But we ended up actually start shooting around 2. Now in my area, around between 2 and 3, that's when schools let out. So we only started filming 30 minutes before the school buses started driving around, which was like, you know, so the good thing about it is we did do the outside scenes first. Now, I'm just so happy that we got that out the way, because I didn't even factor in school buses and people getting off work. But we knew around 12, 1, 3 o'clock, in that area is when traffic will be at its lightest. So that was our goal, to like hit it around that time and then move to the other locations after that. Number 3, use your gear. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have a Red Komodo and an R5C. So I had two cameras I really could use. It didn't matter really which one I used because they both have a great picture. Now, I decided to use the Red Komodo because it is a better camera. Plus, I love my Red Komodo. I just like using it. It's just like, it gives me real filmmaking vibes. Right? Everybody knows, like, you buy this camera because you want to feel like a real filmmaker. And especially when it's rigged up, it just gives me more confidence. It's kind of like when females put on makeup. A lot of females don't even need makeup sometimes, but it makes them feel good to execute. It makes them feel good about themselves. So if using a bigger camera makes you feel good and you feel like that's the only way to get through the job, cool. But a lot of times if brands are reaching out to you, the camera gear that you have is probably good because that's what they're basing you off of, right? So if they've reached out to you, it's like, yeah, we see your stuff is cool. Use the camera gear that you have. Now, if they're saying, hey, by the way, what cameras are you using because we wanted it in this format from this camera to maybe match their theme, like Netflix, for example. Netflix has a list of cameras that they only allow. You know, if you can't just show up with I don't even know, like a Sony RS2 or something. They don't want it. They don't like that kind of stuff. And if you do use a camera that's not on their list, I believe you can get permission, but most of the time they're not letting people do that. You have to be like Adam Sandler to get those things through this. Cause I don't know. That's from what I hear. But those are the three things that I've just learned from doing the shoot. So the shoot was with DraftKings. Now, when you get a brand like DraftKings, you're like nervous. Like, I want to do all these things like I told you guys. But I didn't factor in when you're doing something with big brands in general, but like especially big brands like that, and that's a casino brand, is based off of gambling and betting. You have to be extremely careful of how you promote their brand. I had a list of things of do's and don'ts that I forgot completely about because they can get in trouble if we promote their brand the wrong way. So they never wanted you to promote it like you're guaranteed to win. Those things is bad. So instead of saying you'll win $1,000, they have to say you have a chance to win. If they say you will win, a lot of people that think that and lose will try to sue them because they was told that they're guaranteed to win. So you can't use words like guaranteed to win or if you sign up to DraftKings, you'll buy a new house tomorrow. Like you can't do those kind of things. So they have to put it in a way that you have a chance to win, which makes sense because you do have a lot of people that probably be like, oh, I want all this money back because I never won and you guys said I would have to win. It's a chance, 50-50 chance, I guess. I don't know what the actual percentages of winning on there, but there's a chance of you losing. And I think everybody needs to know that. But sometimes you have to re-say these things, remind people because people will come on there with a whole different idea. All right, so here's the commercial that came out.
Big man, big appetite, big wins. Let's go, I'm a winner! Big win! Huge win!
What's wrong with this guy?
Ever since he got that promo code from DraftKings Yo Chubbs, he's been acting like a fool.
That's right. Deposit $5 and you get $50 in casino credits.
Whew, smells like a win today. Smells like I'm gonna be winning. Safe, secure, and reliable. DraftKings. Hey, over under tonight for the game. You don't bet? Well, start with DraftKings today?
Hey! You see me here? I'm a draft pick king! Nobody hits me!
Ever since I teamed up with DraftKings, my life has been better than ever. Booyah! Woo! Oh, man. DraftKings Casino has awarded over $100 million in jackpot winners. You get him a drink, whatever he wants.
So I only like to say we only had 24 hours. Why? Because Tuesday night he presented the idea with me. About Wednesday, I spent that whole day like seeing if the actors can get off, seeing if the locations were good, you know, piecing together the idea. I went to the store, I went a little shopping, got a couple things last minute to make the office look amazing. I actually think I did good. I went to a thrift store and they had a lot of like used like computers, old computers, you know, and we wanted to make the desk area look as best as possible, to be honest. So that worked out. We went there. Well, I went there, got that stuff, and then I headed to the office to put it in there. I didn't actually set up the office right away. I set it up the day of shooting. I should have set that up before, but I don't know. I just waited to the day of. For some reason, you always think you have time, but productions always run late. So that's one thing you have to remember. But yeah, we only had about 4 or 5 hours to actually shoot, and then we were done. Another thing is, before we go, I wanted to say having somebody that has a big social media following really helped out. We were in an area and we needed a bar scene. One of the scenes was the bar, which you guys seen at the end. Originally, we wanted more scenes in there, but we realized that we didn't have the people last minute to do it. And plus, we just wanted to kind of get it done today. And I think when you try to put too many thoughts into something, someone once said, if it's not working, you just have to take it out. Sometimes you're super passionate about this scene you want to do, but it might not work for this. So, you know, you don't want to be too attached to an idea that can damage the whole project. So that's something I was taught. So sometimes you just gotta let go. I know it's hard, be like, I really want to do this, but I can't make it happen. You just gotta let it go. You know, you'll have another time to do it. But he was able to go in there and say, hey, you know, I'm Chubbs, Yo Chubbs on Instagram. You know, maybe I'll do a shout out for you guys, or, you know, you have a chance to be in DraftKings. As soon as we said DraftKings, they were just excited. It didn't even matter about him, really. It was like, yo, we have a chance to do a DraftKings commercial in here. Let's do it. So shout out to Casey Alleys and Ambler. They were so cool. They let us come in there. They filmed. They took care of us. Make sure you guys, if you are in the area of Ambler, make sure you guys check them out. It's Ambler, PA. Yeah, in Pennsylvania. So if you're ever in that area, check them out. But it was fun, man. It was like, it was so fulfilling to see how the world opens up to you, because being a young independent filmmaker, when you're going to these places, sometimes you be like, oh, these guys gonna close the door on me. But I tell you, the word that I want you guys, if it's anything you take from me, the one word I want you to take is be optimistic. You never know. I've once was told from one guy on one side of the street, I said, hey, can I use this location to film? He said, oh, I don't want to be involved in that. I don't know how you're going to display my brand. I don't know if I could get sued. I don't want to get involved in it. And I'm like, all right, okay. And I kind of knew that company a little bit better because I've worked with those guys with other things before. But the owner was like, I don't want to do it. And I said, okay. The people across the street had the same thing. I never met these people before, and their business was bigger. I went over there and said, hey, I'm an independent filmmaker. I'm from this area. Do you mind if I come for an hour or two to get this scene? You have this one spot on your property that I just think it'll be great. They said, great. Email us. Let us know when you want to do it ahead of time. 100% you could do it. Don't worry about it. They never mentioned suing. They never mentioned how you're going to display the brand. They just was like, go ahead. So stay optimistic. Remember, you may get rejected over here, but you may get accepted over here. And that's how I plan to move through life, is never give up. You know what I mean? I know it's hard as an independent filmmaker. We don't have like a lot of high rank, and we can't pull rank on certain areas and be like, I want to film there and just do it. But that makes it interesting because it's a roller coaster and it's exciting. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So be optimistic. That's probably one of the biggest things I learned just as a filmmaker. Just don't take no for an answer. You know, rejection, you know, sometimes be only protection. You know, sometimes you get rejected because you're protected. You know, maybe that guy would have told me, yeah, you could film. And then I would have filmed it, and it would have came out and he tried to say, oh, you know, you did this and you did that. I don't want you to post it, or, you know, try to take legal action. So always make sure you're covered in those areas, but never take no for an answer. I just can't see myself ever doing that. Me and Chubbs shot all day. Last minute shoot.
Since 1 o'clock, man.
It's about 9 o'clock.
Yep.
We had 24 hours to put this film together. We turned a whole empty office space into a whole actual office.
Shout out to Middle Child, man.
Middle
Best
Child.
to do it.
Man, funny guys, man. Best comedian coming in the city, coming out the city. Youngest guys doing it, man. You know?
Yeah. See, I better get with these guys, man. I didn't have to
The
do
next-
nothing. I
the
just
next-
gave them a script.
the-
Next thing I knew, I had a restaurant, I had a fucking office, and I had a bike.
Well, the restaurant was you. That
Two
was
flat
you.
tires.
The restaurant was Chubbs.
Yeah, it was me.
Chubbs Nathan. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Don't go nowhere. I forgot to make a thumbnail. I'll take the glasses off. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I just can't find out no other way a cool way to make a thumbnail. So I just figured I'd just make a weird face. I don't know. Maybe it's time to go.